Hey guys, welcome to Kickdown Garage. Today we are on location, and well, what I mean by that is just out on the property, front yard. Um, since I got all the cars out today, I figured I'd just go and give you each a rundown of all the cars. I'm going to do it in 3 different videos. I'll start with the newest and work my way to the older one. So this will be kind of part one. So here we go. Before we start, I want to introduce everybody to the newest member of the Kickdown family. This is my little girl, Vivian. Hopefully she'll be continuing with the trend with the cars. But while she's in there being peaceful, let's start with the 88 Monte Carlo. This will be the newest one I got. Now this is 88 Monte Carlo Super Sport. Pretty much all original. Other than now I did the Poppy's patina clear coat on it, and that's trying to preserve the original paint. Still have more work to do on that, and again, it's original but not 100% original because tires have been changed, oil's been changed, converted over to one R134, which, like most of them, still don't work, even with a new compressor. But other than that, replaced portions of the original decals that were missing. Oh, and also replace some of the headlights because, well, they burn out. And I don't know if you can see here, but that one's got a whole bunch of moisture in it, so that one's going to be needing to be replaced. So, like I said, like the car is original, but to an extent, they can't be. Don't know if you guys can see, but this is what I'm talking about with the clear coat. A little bit of a kind of runs in there that I'll have to go over with the sandpaper a little bit more and buff it again. And then it's a little dirty, but some runs in there. But actually, so far with the clear coat, I'm pretty happy with it. Makes it washing a lot easier. But and then spend a little bit more time buffing. But like I said, what I'm going to do is just work sections of the car this time, so then I can just spend a lot more time and get everything a lot better. So let's see. Let's get on to the interior. Basic SS interior. Original seats. Now, I did talk to the original owner of the car. This came from Racine, Wisconsin. If any of you guys know what the dealership would have been in the late '80s, throw it down in the comments. I think it was like Burger Shaver Chevrolet, but I'm not positive. But right now I'm sitting at 51,651 miles, and they are very documented miles. The original owner went and uh, documented everything, and he did oil changes routinely. He didn't even matter if he put on 90 miles on the car. He did the oil change the following year. But let's get in here. You can see no cracks in the dash. I did have the windows tinted. That's trying to help preserve the interior from fading anymore. Just kind of weird how did the oil changes, did all that stuff, but at some point somebody smoked in it because there was a couple burns in there. Now I did replace the lower portions of these doors because originally they had big cutouts and boxes added on for speakers, and well, when I'm trying to get in, they're just in the way of the feet, and they looked terrible because then this was replaced and this was black down here with some black felt, and just not good at all. The only other thing too is, get you out of the sunlight, has a aftermarket CD player on it in it. They went and did that. They had a amplifier in the trunk, security system that wasn't functional. So removed all that. I did leave the original radio in it, or the aftermarket radio in it, and didn't get original because, well, it works. So why spend any more money? And most of the original ones, the cassette player doesn't work anymore on it. So this had a crack in it, so I had to get a new one from that. Ordered one from OPG, not right. It was square. They couldn't figure it out. So this came from, I think, G Body Parts off of eBay. You can see, have the old aftermarket headliner support system added in. So that will be one of the future projects I'll be doing. But not a T-top car. Really didn't want a T-top car. Used to, thought they looked really nice, but when the wife got a sunroof car and the sun beating down on me, I just did not care for it. And then plus now being 40 years old, they leak, so didn't want to deal with that. Let's see. The sun's killing me. Nothing too special in here. Trunk release. My paperwork. But power windows, power locks, console. Okay, one other thing I wanted to add is I did replace the foam in the driver's seat because when I got it, even though it only had 40-something thousand miles on it, it was fine, but there's metal rods that run through each of the bolsters here, and they just seem to be kind of digging into my leg, so wanted to add some foam into it or get new foam to see if it would help, because the passenger side didn't seem to do that. And I bought foam from OPG, and that new foam was so stiff. I mean, it was rock hard. You did not sink at all in it, and it was horrible. My head would go and hit the ceiling, and I had to recline the back so far back so my head would clear, and it felt like I was sitting in the back seat, or riding a little gangster style in it. It just did not work. I ended up going and removing the foam. I contacted Mike's Montes. He sent me foam from a Monte Carlo that actually came out of the passenger side, and so it just didn't have the wear, and I put that in, and that was 10 times better. So just wanted to get that out there to let you guys know if you're looking at foam replacement. I did not have good experience with replacement foam just because it was just too rock hard, and I kept it in for at least a year or so, and it just didn't seem to loosen up. Another thing I did underneath the seat, there's some metal wires, kind of, so when you sit down, the seat will only sink down to those wires. You can also add a little bit of foam in between the bottom of the seat and those support cables, wires, whatever they are, and then that will prevent the seat from sinking quite as much. But yeah, like I said, it was so rock hard that I just did not sink down in the seat at all. And then with the stiff foam in the back, it pushed me too far forward, so my knees were actually right up against the dash, and the head was up against the headliner, and then with the sagging headliner, that made it even worse. But wanted to just add this to the video, just so hopefully it'll save you guys some money, and just and also saving some time, because it was a bit of work doing everything with cutting all the hog rings and everything and removing the seat cover. But okay, just wanted to add that in there. Lay down spoiler, they started that with the Aero Coupes in 87, and then the 88, all 88 Montes got it, but no more Aero Coupes in 88. Ooh, got the swirl marks on this side of the car. It's not picking up, but now that the sun's hitting it, first time I really noticed it over here. Let's see, on this side, we'll go in. Got the original floor mats underneath the clear rubber ones, but I just have them because when it gets the dirt, they're easy just to dump over. As most of you know, these like to break, so I just added a think they're called a piano hinge, just in it. So then at least I could put it back on. Put you guys on this side and just screwed it on. This was kind of my, or pop rivet on. This is kind of my prototype model. I was gonna go and order a black one actually, and then tuck it in a little bit tighter so you don't really see it because it's kind of sticking out a little bit. But prototype model became permanent model. Let's see. Now, at some point, they did put a trailer hitch on this car, and they used it for towing. Had the wire harness in there, and I removed all that. Let's see, pop the hood. Also, when I pulled the door panel off, there was a broadcast sheet behind that door, the lower door panel, and told the build date, I think it was December 6th of 87. I believe December 12th was the last day. Under here, original installation, all original. They did have a bra on the front of this at some point, but never put that on. But otherwise, everything. Rebuilt the carburetor, had to put a new radiator in it, which expensive radiator I got from Summit. The only thing I didn't care for is the drain petcock is down here now, hard to see, but way down in there, which originally it would have been directly right below on the very bottom where the cutout is, which would have made it easy. Like I said, I did replace the compressor trying to get the AC to work, and it still seemed to leak. If you guys know where a common place where these leak at, let me know, because I ran the dies through, did everything, and still can't figure it out. One of my other videos I showed you, I replaced the relay, which still need to put a screw in there, just notice that. Did exhaust manifold gaskets. Easiest way I found to do that is I removed the inner fender well, took everything off, removed the inner fender well, and I could get right in there to get to those, because I wanted to be pretty careful with the bolts because they were never out before and didn't want them to snap off and create more work, but just couldn't stand the ticking. What I do with my vehicles, spray it up in there with some fluid film, kind of help protect everything. Same with inside all the crevices and everything, even though I don't drive them in the winter, but still moisture and everything. So spray all those areas. There you go. One of the last built 88 Monte Carlos from December of 87. Actually a pretty quick car with the high output 305. I mean, 350 two barrel, 354 barrel with the stick, faster than all of them. Part of it is with the 373 rear end with the 200 4-hour transmission, so kind of nice with the overdrive, and got still the low end, but still it revs out a lot more than these. I think these got something like 5,000, 4,500 red line, something like that, and this will go up 6 or so. So the motor turns out faster, and people give these L69 motors a bad rap, but I've been pretty happy with it. So not sure if I have a really fast one or I have a couple of really slow ones, but still, it's been a very great car. Okay, well, that's going to do it for the 88 Monte Carlo for today. I just wanted to give a quick rundown of the car and what I've been doing to it. Coming up, just more paint correction. It's, getting halfway through October, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to get done anymore this year. Just trying to get a lot of stuff done before the snow flies, and trying to drive the cars as much as I can. So maybe try to do it throughout winter, but I prefer to do it during the summer so I can just have the holes out there and use it for the wet sanding. But we'll see what happens. If not, when springtime comes around, we'll be back at it. But again, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.